Hello and welcome to my workshop. My name is Paul. I'm a luthier and bowmaker based in Tasmania, Australia. In this series I will share some of the projects I work on each week, giving you a glimpse over my shoulder as I work as though you were looking through the window into my workshop. It's got a tube in the post, a bit of an unboxing. This one's arrived in from Melbourne, the bow being sent in for some sort of repair. Not sure what's in it yet. Pull it out. It's been carefully wrapped up in some bubble wrap so it doesn't rattle around. And what do we have here? Cello bow, FR Frechner, German cello bow. This is one of the factory model Frechners. Would be pre-First World War, I'd say, sort of circa 1930s maybe. Don't think it's a later one. It's a little older than that. It's a fair amount of wear in the thumb grip. There's also this ring is starting to pop out a little, and the eyelet's a little worn. This one here is still good order. Obviously well played. The hair is really grubby. The sticker's a lot of rosin on it. And sort of typical German swan type head. The tip, the very nose of the tip's been broken off. Could do with repairing so that the nose doesn't get, the liner, the bone liner there doesn't get caught on anything and actually rip the whole thing off. The winding here is let go and half unravelled. There's a fair bit of wear to the thumb grip here and the whole thumb area. There's an amount of wear there. This adjuster is fairly firm to wind out. Just have a look at the fit of the adjuster. It seems to be dropping in quite a long way. The threads are actually poking into the end. A little bit of movement there, but it's not. Just looking for movement or play of the adjuster in the end of the hole. It's not too bad. You can see the wear here from the thumb. It's worn right into the timber. So hair loose. Sort of look at, see how far back that adjuster is sitting towards the back of the mortise. So the screw goes into that eyelet, and as it's wound, it pulls that eyelet back up and down in this mortise. So once that eyelet pulls right back to the back of the mortise, then you've got no more room. It'll stop. No more room to tighten it up. Which is where if your hair is really loose like that, you don't have as much adjustment. I'm not sure, there's no instructions with it as to what it needs doing. I'll have to get in touch with the owner and confirm, but I would say this one will be in for a full amount of work, so probably new winding, leather, rehair, repair the tip, good clean, possibly some work on this ring and eyelet here to protect that. we'll have a look at the workings of this frog, see why it was so firm. It could just be that it was dirty. The pearl eye on the back of the frog is in the back of the adjuster is okay. The other thing to look at is to see how straight the stick is. Yes, it's straight, much strength, it's nice and strong, as you'd expect a Fretschner, a German stick like that. Now you've got to be careful when if you're testing the sideways strength of a stick. You've got to be careful that you're not putting any pressure sideways on the frog. So in the way that you hold it, you need to make sure that you're not gripping the frog. You're actually gripping the stick, and then a little bit of sideways pressure just in the bowing hand, just to test the strength. The other thing you can do is actually tap the stick, feel the vibrations. Yeah, so that's that one. In for some preservation and restoration work. Get it going and get it playing again. You can just see the stamp, F.R. Fretschner. See how dirty the hair is coming through. You can see the amount of thumb wear there is in this part here, where the thumb's sat. That shows it a bit better just there, I think. You can see the thumb wear. This ring is starting to pop out. Will need to be taken out and cleaned up and refitted. And the head, quite a nicely shaped head on these. But you can see the end of the nose is missing, so it'll need another piece of bone fitted on it, or perhaps a whole new tip may go on this one. There's a fair bit of chipping around the top edge here, so it may need a whole new tip. And obviously the winding has let go and needs redoing. And I'll just show you a close-up of how far back the adjuster eyelet, which is this brass eyelet, the adjuster runs in, and how loose the hair sort of is at that point. That's sort of where it should be sitting. When you undo it, it should sort of be sitting there with just a mil or two of movement, and then that gives you a lot more adjustment movement when you tighten the bow up. Whereas if it's sitting this far back, by the time you put some playing tension on the stick, that eyelet's almost right at the back of the mortise. And that's part of what encourages this wear, because you end up playing it with your thumb sitting back here off the thumb grip rather than your thumb on the thumb grip. So as a cellist would hold it more like that. But the thumb is not on the thumb grip, it sits on the timber, and then you wear the bow away, is what's been happening with this one. And when that gets too aggressive, then you need to start doing repair jobs like we see on this one, where it's had some really aggressive wear, and I've had to refit a new piece of Pernambuco, which is the type of timber. The timber that they're made of is Pernambuco, Brazilian rainforest timber, and I've had to fit a fresh piece into that lay it in following the curve of that wear, and that's chalk fitted. So you rub chalk on the stick, and then the patch, you put that in place, and you give it a really small movement, and that shows you where the chalk is fitting on the patch. And then you scrape that chalk off and a small amount of timber, and you refit it, and you continue doing that until it fits absolutely perfectly, so that you get a good join. And there's no gaps when you clean it back. There's no noticeable point where it changes. This one needs some colouring work done on it to really blend it in, and a new leather and winding to go on. And this is the frog that I'm working on for this. So the frog will then fit back on, and there's no wear underneath it.